I just spent 3 nights in a 2-night town. Sun's coming up and I'm just going down.
Hey there YouTube, it's Justin the Snap-on Junkie. How the fuck are you guys doing today? Alrighty, so in today's video, I'm going to show you some mail that I got in the mail today. Just some viewer mail and stuff like that from a fellow YouTuber. And I'm also going to try to explain what, when Snap-on says flank drive, what that means. Because I found some stuff out when I was measuring some sockets, and I'd like to share that with you just so everybody kind of understands when they say like flank drive, what the fuck does that mean? You know, what's their theory behind it? How does it work and things like that. So let's get into this mail call. So the German tool review guy, his link is in the description. He works for a place, I guess it's military contract or something, I don't know, but they get bolts. If the bolts are older than 20 years old, they can't use them or whatever like that. I don't know why, but that's really what it is. So he sent me a whole bunch of bolts, and he sent me something special that we're going to talk about here. So these are the bolts that he sent me. Oh fuck, where in the hell? Oh shit, I lost the one thing that he sent me. Alright, so what he sent me is a whole bunch of bolts in different diameters and stuff like that. A whole bunch of different sizes. So he bagged all this stuff up and sent it to me. Matt, thank you. Greatly appreciate that, brother. You know, I can always use grade 8 bolts. And he sent me something that is really cool too, that I'll get into in a second, but I wanted to share these bolts with you. So in the military, I guess they have, you know, somebody made these bolts right here. I got 24 of them. Thank you, Matt. Greatly appreciate it. This is 5/8 18 bolts here, and they are some really high grade stainless. I mean, it's non-magnetic, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a regular 3/8 bolt that you get at, you know, a regular stainless bolt, 3/16 stainless. This is probably some higher grade stuff. It doesn't say on the package what it is, but these bolts were handmade. They have beautiful thread marks. I mean, the guy that made this in 1994 knew what the fuck he was doing. So, you know, this is pretty cool. I'm going to add this to the bolt collection. You never know when you might need this size bolt, and I got it. And he sent me a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, socket head cap screws, all grade 8 or stainless fasteners, which I greatly appreciate. So we'll move all this crap out of the way. Then what he sent me is this little 1/4-inch snap-on extension, okay? And it's got this big E stamped on it. And if I'm correct, this big E is from the 40s. He got this in one of his German tool hauls that he got off eBay. Okay, and it tells you it's snap-on, you know, made in the USA. It's a beautiful little socket. But here's the interesting thing. It has M2 stamped on it. So when people out there are trying to figure out what type of steel the snap-on stuff is made out of, now don't quote me on this, but I do believe it's M2. Now M2 is a type of tool steel. They make a bunch of different, it's just a whole bunch of different chemistry to get this. So I know in Top Fuel cars we used M2 on clutch levers, and that was some pretty hard stuff. Like, you know, it would keep its shape and rigidity, especially after heat treating. It was really good quality stuff. So they make like a D2. They make a whole bunch of different stuff. I don't know the M2, what that characteristic is. I'm going to have to look it up to find out. But anyway, he sent this to me. I'm going to polish this up. And I was going to send it to Dow, but since this thing is so old, you know, I kind of want to keep it for myself. I don't think Matt will mind, you know. And this will just go up here in the collection. You know, I kind of want to keep it in the collection, to be honest with you, just because Matt sent it to me. And, you know, he's not a big Snap-on guy. He's a German tool guy, you know. So he collects everything German. So I collect Snap-on stuff. So I think it would be, you know, it would just, I'll get it cleaned up and it'll go up here. But anyway, that's enough on the mail call. I just wanted to show you these bolts that I got. I love bolts. So if anybody out there else works for a place that just throws bolts away, get a hold of me. Let me know. I always need bolts running these dump trucks. But anyway, we'll get moved over and then I'll demonstrate to you what Snap-on flank drive is. And I'll kind of show you... I got some of this Knee-Pro stuff. I want to show you these sockets because they're amazingly made, and talk about some other stuff. So that's what today's video will be about. You know, bear with me here. This is just mail call. So, hey guys, we're moved over here, and I'm going to demonstrate what Snap-on means when they sell you the flank drive sockets. If you've never seen the demonstration on the truck, I'm going to show you the advantages of these compared to the other ones, and we're going to compare it to this Knee-Pro stuff. Now, I had a guy tell me in my comments section that this Knee-Pro stuff is the Harbor Freight of Japan. Guy, whoever said that, your buddy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. This shit is super high quality. Some of the best stuff I've around. I can tell you that the broaching and machining on this Knee-Pro stuff is way better. I mean, there is not a burr, nothing. I mean, it is the highest quality I've ever found. But I thought I'd like to share with what the flank drive means and stuff like that. Like, everybody knows what the flank drive plus on the wrenches mean. It has those teeth in there that bite in, and this stuff on their sockets, they have a little bit different design that I'm going to draw some pictures and try to show you guys what that is about. So, you know, that's what we're going to be talking about here in this section, and then stuff like that, you know, because this is a pretty cool design, and I think they made it in the 70s or something. It's been the same ever since, and a lot of other companies have copied this design once the patent ran out. You know, then everybody jumps on the bandwagon. But anyway, you know, that's that. Alrighty, guys. So what I did is I highlighted this Snap-on socket. So what you can see here is that, see how it's got this chamfer over here? I don't know if you can see that right there. And then what the socket does is it jets out a little bit, and then it comes back into this. Now, what this design is for, okay, now this is an impact socket, but their regular chrome sockets come off the same line as this. I mean, these are all the same material. It's just that the impact sockets are not heat treated as much as the chrome ones. So, but anyway, what this does is, if you can see down in there, what it's designed to do is, instead of hitting on the corners of the bolt or fastener, or whatever you're trying to loosen up, it's designed to hit down in here of the meat of the the meat of the bolt. So it is going to give you more opportunity not to round the bolt off. Okay, now over here, this is the Knee-Pro one. Okay, and I highlighted this over here again. Now, they don't have as much radius here in the corner, and this radius here is more straight, if you will. I've not found a good way to measure this, but when you put this in there, you can obviously see that it fits a little bit better. You know, there's a little slop in there, you know what I'm saying, but not very much. So what I thought I'd do is draw you a picture here. Okay, so we'll use this one as the Snap-on one. So it's got this radius corner, okay, and then, like, if this was the outside of the socket, what this does is it jets out just a little bit, you know, it's not this. I'm just trying to make it this demonstration here. Then it comes back into the radius of the corner, and it comes back out like that. Now this is on, you know, a micro scale here. You know, I just opened it up for you guys. Now, like the Nepros one, okay, is it has less radius, and then this is more straight across, if you could see that here. And then it comes into a little radius and comes back over, okay, and comes into a radius. Now, you know, I have a bunch of different sockets. So I got a max socket here and a right socket, and you can see here, you know, that it's still, you know, they all are copying what Snap-on came up with in the 70s, you know, that they're all using a very similar design, you know. But the broaching quality on the Snap-on stuff, this right stuff is just as good. The Max stuff is okay to me. Their sockets are a lot better than their wrenches, to be honest with you. But, you know, this Nepro stuff, so I have 21 millimeter out here, okay? And 21 millimeter is supposed to be, let's put this because you guys are 8, 2, and then it's supposed to be a 6. So it's 826 is what the correct tolerance is of a 21 millimeter hex head bolt is supposed to be. That's what, you know, it's designed. That's the measurement to inches, okay? And the bolt head is 820. So there's a 5 thousandths clearance on most bolts, okay? Now what we'll do is we'll measure this Snap-on one here and see what the tolerance is inside the socket. Now, the one thing that I will tell you is with the flank drive on there, you know, how it works, and this is already bigger. So the Snap-on inside broaching is 836. Okay, so that's 15 thousandths over this fastener. But, you know, I'm still learning a little bit about how this stuff is made, and that's why I'm sharing this with you guys, because this is the part that I'm interested. We're trying to find out, is their design superior to everybody's to see if they make the greatest tools. Now, they have one of the greatest warranty programs, but, you know, is their stuff manufactured to, you know, good enough tolerances? That's what I like. I like manufacturing techniques, and, you know, what the time to take to finish this fucker. You know, anybody could stamp this out and sell it to you. That's what the Chinese do. Harbor Freight, they just fucking, you know, run it through. They don't take the time to do the quality control checks and the finish and come up with the thinking. So then what we'll do is we'll measure this Nepro socket here and see what the inside of this one is. Now again, I'm using my Starrett sliding parallels. I like these things. I'll just measure this here. Okay, now the Nepro stuff is 8. It's hard to write upside down. 8, 3, 5. So the Nepro stuff is 835 and the Snap-on is 836. So they're very close, you know, in this broaching diameter. And to me, that's what makes a good socket. Now you can see down in this Nepro socket, I mean, look at how amazingly clean this is. Now I haven't used it, but what you can see is down in here that this stuff is really smooth. You know, that the nickel plating or the chrome plating on the inside of the socket is very, you know, clean. And down here where they machined it, the machining part is very smooth. Now, when you look at the Snap-on one, you know, again, this is very good machining way down in here. You know, that's what I look at. When I look at stuff, you know, I look at everything. You know, like, holy shit, this is really nice, you know. And when you have lesser brand stuff, you know, like here's this right tool here. I don't know if you can see down in there, but down in there where they came in to broach this material, you know, it's a little deep and there's a groove down in there, you know, like where the machine came down and hit it. But anyway, you know, I hope that this helps you understand what the flank drive is all about. And if you put this in there like that, you can see that this is designed to hit on the bigger end of this. And I think the Nipros is very similar. It's just there is not as much angle here, okay? And that's the main difference, you know? So I hope we all learned something today, you know, that the guy that said this Nipro stuff is the Harbor Freight of Japan. But you are highly mistaken. And we all know what the Snap-on stuff is, but I wanted to explain what the flank drive of the socket meant. So I hope that clarifies some things for you guys and stuff like that. Alrighty guys, I hope you understand the Snap-on, what is Snap-on flank drive when they talk about their sockets. And then also one last thing I'd like to share with you. This extension that Matt sent to me is definitely really old. This is not 1/4 inch drive. It is 9/32, which is really a vintage here. You know, that's so it will not fit into a 1/4 inch socket. So Matt, just to let you know out there, this is 9/32, and so, you know, I am definitely going to keep this. It'll go up there once I get it all polished up. But anyway, so we learned something there. So I just started looking at it. I'm like, man, that's got to be too big to be 1/4 inch. You know, this is what threw me off. It was the actual drive. So maybe I'll have to try to find some 9/32 stuff on eBay, maybe some old Snap-on collection sites, and we'll see if we can fix, you know, where we can use that. But anyway, like always guys, go to my Instagram page, the Snap-on Junkie. You know, the snaponjunkie.com. We still have stickers for sale. I know it says that we're out, but we still got plenty of them. I think I got 50 left or something like that if anybody out there wants any. Also, if you know, you want to donate to the channel, the PayPal link is in the description. That's how I'm going to do it. I don't think that I'm going to do the super chats anymore. I'll still do live streams or super chats, but you got to it's better to donate through the PayPal link, because the super chat stuff, they take half the money. You know, that's a way for Google to make it, you know, they basically ripping off the content creators, which is not right. But anyway, oh shit, I got one more thing. Hold on here. Also, this finally came in. This is my 500-ounce copper mallet, again by the Sportska company. I love this. I just love these little hammers. I don't know why. So I got another drawer started of hammers over there. But that's all that came in this week. I haven't ordered very much stuff lately, just because I haven't needed it, and you know, I don't want to be spending money I ain't got. So, you know, I have to hold off for a while. I am going to order some more stuff coming up, so, you know, it'll be more tool reviews and hopefully more maintenance videos. Well, maybe for you guys, not for me, because I don't want to break all my shit. But anyway, that's really all I got for today, guys. Well, hold on, I got one more thing. As you can see, I might do an updated toolbox tour here pretty soon. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Just because I got a bunch of different stuff. I got the T-handle racks, and then I got these cool screwdriver racks coming that are way better than the other ones, and I'm going to explain the difference. But anyway, all right, now that's all I got. As usual, guys, thanks for watching today.
I just spent 3 nights in a 2-night town. Sun's coming up and I'm just going down.